Hey guys, this is Shankar. So today I am going to explain about the database. So what are the commands will be there in database and all we can able to explain here. So first of all, if you don't have any SQL Server in your local machine, you need to install that first. So you can go through Microsoft site and you can install that then whatever in server like version information you want. You can find say 2016 and 14, 12 and 19 versions will be there. You can install them. I have already installed SQL Server in my machine. Let me go through that. So if you already install that machine, you can search SSMS in search box. You can find the SQL Server if already installed. Otherwise, you can't find. Okay, let me click SQL Server. Let me open that. I am using 2018 version. Oh, once you open this SQL Server, it will ask some credentials and all that server information. Yeah, the connect server window is you can see right here. Server type is by default database engine, and server name is the laptop name of your system name, and instance name is MS SQL Server. The version information you can see here, that whatever the SQL version you install, by default it will create one instance through that name. Let's see authentication modes. We can see here different. I choose only these two. I'm not sure about this option, so that is not useful as of now. Let's see Windows authentication. What is the Windows authentication? Windows authentication in the sense it won't ask any username and password. Any Windows user, any user log into your system, he can able to connect SQL Server by using Windows authentication. There is one more authentication mode, that is SQL Server authentication. So whenever you select that authentication type, it will ask login name and password. So while installing that SQL Server, it will ask that username and password. So you can give it there while installing that machine. I already given the username and password. Username is by default it will show SA. So we can provide only password for that while installing that machine. Okay, I already provided that password. I am going to log in through that. Let me log in. Once you log into that machine, in left hand side you can see Object Explorer. So Object Explorer, it will give the information about that SQL Server instance. Under SQL Server instance, what are the objects we will have available, we can see here. There is different folders will be there. Databases, security objects, these are all server level folders. Once you click on that databases, if you expand that one, you can see database related information like system databases, snapshots, and these are the cylindrical type. Whatever the cylindrical type you can able to see, those are databases. These many databases I have already created in my machine, so that's why I am seeing here. By default these databases won't be you can't able to see whenever you install the machine. These I already worked on that databases, I already created. Okay, that's why I am able to see these databases. You can able to see only these databases, 4 types of databases while installing that machine, whenever you install that machine. Okay, those are master, model, MSDB and tempdb. These databases are used for configuration of our SQL Server. Without these databases, you can't able to connect that database server. Okay, yeah. Later on we can discuss about this system databases. Let's move to database. How we can able to create that database first? Yeah, through two ways we can able to create that database. One is using query, new query window, or you can able to use graphical user interface also. Object Explorer, in the sense, it's a graphical user interface, GUI. Okay, let me go through GUI first. I'm going to creating one sample database here. Whatever that name you want to use, you can use it. So simply I'm going to using ABC is the database name. Let's click on OK. Once you click on OK, you can see under databases, you can see your latest database name, ABC. So let me expand the database. So if you expand the database, you can see different objects here, like folders, database diagrams, table names, views, external resources, synonyms, programmability. These folders you can able to see. Okay, as of now we can see only tables. Before going to the tables, we'll explain about the commands in SQL Server. What are the commands will be available in SQL Server? We should explain about them. Yeah, let me explain about commands, SQL commands. Without these basic commands, we can't able to work in SQL Server. Like we can't able to move to create that objects, to create tables and all. So basics must and should here. The basics in the sense, like you can see SQL commands, DML. Let me explain one by one. DML in the sense data manipulation language. So under DML we can see three commands: insert, update and delete. Let me explain about insert. What is the use of insert? It is used for inserting the records or adding records into table. Okay, that is the purpose of insert. What about update? By using update, we can able to modify the existing data of that table. Like suppose I have inserted one record in that table, like incorrectly I inserted that information. I want to modify that particular field information. So in that situation we can use update statement here. Using update we can able to modify. So to modify, existing on table. Okay, yeah. Let me go for delete now. So delete in the sense to drop a record from the database, like not a database, from table. So to delete a record from the table, we can use delete command. To deleting the records from table. Okay. Yeah, here you can say truncate also. No, not under truncate it won't come under DML statement. It will come under DDL statement. You can say there. we can discuss about the truncate in DDL commands. Okay, let me go for DDL. What is DDL? Means data definition language. So here we can see create, alter and drop. Even we can say here truncate also. Okay, create. What is the use of create? Create, by using create statement we can create objects in the database, like we can say table, procedure, trigger, view, anything we can create it through create statement. So database. So let's move to alter. Alter, we can say clearly is for modifying the metadata information, we can say. So like suppose you want to modify the field name, table name, the data type of that field, the size of the field name, we can modify through using alter statement. SQL objects. Okay, let's move to drop. So drop, you guys already know about that drop. So to delete or to drop, okay, we can say delete. To delete objects permanently from database. Suppose table, you wanted to drop table permanently. Suppose unwanted tables are there. I don't want the tables, so I want to drop it. So by using drop command we can do them. We can delete them. Truncate and delete. See here under DML's delete already we have discussed. There is a few more differences between truncate and delete. We can discuss about them later. Okay, to delete all information or all data, to delete all data from table. So directly if you use truncate statement, it will delete everything from the data table. Delete, there is a conditions also. We can able to use conditions in delete statement, but here truncate we can't use anything. Okay, yeah, that's it about truncate. Let's move to DQL. What commands will come under DQL? Data, you can say select only. Yeah, sorry about that, I didn't tell about that abbreviation of DQL, data query language. You can see only one command, that is select. Select in the sense to view the data from table. Whatever that information will be available in the table, we can able to see using select statement. Next one is DCL. What is the DCL? DCL in the sense data control language. Here we can see two commands, that is grant and revoke. Grant in the sense to give permissions for that specific objects or specific records or specific users. We can see that one in a SQL Server. To give permissions. Revoke in the sense to remove the permissions of specific user, objects, anything you can say. To remove permissions. Yeah, that's it about DCL. Let's go through TCL. Transaction control language. Let me put same format. Here we can see commit and rollback. This TCL is very important while doing real-time work. Okay. So transactions, the transactions commit in the sense commit, it will save the data. Whenever we will use commit, it will save the data permanently into the database. Before these TCL commands, first of all I need to discuss about SQL Server. SQL Server by default it will auto commit whatever that information we are going to. Suppose if we are going to insert in some information into the table, it will automatically commit into that table. So that's why we can say it's an auto commit. But if you use TCL, the TCL commands will restrict the database. So database, whenever you use the TCL commands, the database will understand, oh, this guy had used that rollback and commit commands, so I need to restrict the data. I need to stop. I don't want to permanently save into the database. While he is going to, if he is going to use a commit command, oh, this guy had used the commit command, I'm going to saving that information permanently in the database. Or else if he is going to using rollback, oh, these guys don't want to that information, like whatever newly coming information he don't want, it seems I am getting the back that old information, like that it will say. Yeah, so for simply commit we can say it will save data into database. So this one it will get back the old information. That's it. So commit in the sense it will commit the data, whatever updated information you are going to updating into the table. Oh, this is the correct information. I wanted to commit this data into the table permanently. So that time, if you are confident, if your data is correct, you can use commit command. Oh, if you don't have confident of that information, you just use rollback. That's it. So that's all about SQL commands. Okay, that's it about today's session. So if we have any doubts you can just comment it out this video, let you know about that questions. Okay. Okay, thanks buddy. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching my